Okay, hello, Kalita.
Hello.
So this is Kalita Almond. She is the Victimness Coordinator here at the Witness Assistance Program in Clayton County for the Clayton County District Attorney's Office. So I just have a couple questions to ask you today. So I am doing a podcast interview on crime victimizations on victims of identity theft who are increasingly likely to be victimized by the same crime. And I wanted to ask, what is identity theft and how does the Victim Witness Assistance Program compensate for victims who experience victimization from identity theft related crimes?
So, identity theft can be a number of things, from somebody impersonating someone else, stealing their ID, their social security number or card, their bank information, having credit cards or things with their names on it. All of that can sometimes fall under identity theft. And what we do as victim advocates is reach out to them to introduce our office and let them know what it is that we do. Let them know that they have a case in our office and why, and see if they are in need of any resources to help them to regain anything that they've lost as a victim of identity theft. A lot of times, from the cases we've had, they tend to be reimbursed or made whole by their banks a lot of times, and they really don't need much more assistance from us, but we're still here to keep them informed about the defendant's case.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. And why do you believe the government should take action on handling identity theft crimes that are often seen as felonies or become a felony?
I think the government should take action because there's a growing number of cyber crimes, with more and more people using the internet and uploading a lot of their personal information to the internet, such as their names, their date of births, their social security numbers and things of that nature, bank account information, and they can sometimes be hacked. That's why it's a good idea to often change your passwords when you're using the internet. So being hacked is more challenging to find out who the hacker is versus it happening in person by someone stealing your wallet or something like that. So they're harder crimes to fight. So if the government would start cracking down on that, I think it would limit the number of those crimes.
Okay. Thank you. And what are some alternatives you believe should be used for crime victimization on identity theft related crimes?
Alternatives as far as what?
Like what alternatives that could be used to change people who become victims of identity theft, or could reduce people
Gotcha.
from becoming a target?
I think education will always be my number one go-to. The more informed people are about how to protect themselves against it, I think would help to limit the amount of victims that we have. So one of the biggest things is like scam emails that people tend to sign up for, or open files and stuff like that. Just making them aware, like, of the do's and don'ts of using the internet, I think would help.
Thank you. And from the alternatives you just stated, what are some outcomes or projected trade-offs that will happen from using these alternatives?
I think more of the hackers or people who are planning to do fraudulent activity on the internet, more of those people can be reported or caught in time if more people know what to look out for, so they can report the emails or the activity to the government for the government to start cracking down on it.
Okay. And why do you think victims do not report identity theft or feel like they're being overlooked during the law enforcement?
Well, for some victims, they have a distrust for law enforcement, so they don't want to get involved when it comes to having to report anything to them. Some people have fear that they may be deported if they're here illegally. And then some people don't want to deal with the lengthy process of the judicial system and how long it can take to resolve things. So they'll rather handle it themselves.
And what identity theft crimes do you often see in the victim witness program?
I would say the number one is stolen bank cards, stolen IDs or driver licenses, or checks, cashing checks in someone else's name.
And lastly, how does the victim witness program help victims who become re-victimized by the same crime they previously reported?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Oh, my last question is, how does the victim witness program help victims who are becoming re-victimized, like often experience identity theft again or become a victim again of identity theft?
Well, the majority of the victims that we have who have been victims of that don't become re-victimized. And I think it's because of the resources that we're able to offer them, which includes information and education on how not to further be victimized by identity theft.
Well, thank you so much, Khalida. This is Ann. I am doing a podcast interview with Khalida Alman at the Clayton County District Attorney's Office for victims of identity theft that have increasingly likely to be victimized with the same crime policy analysis.
Okay.
Thank you.